Okay, who wants to get us underway? Nizar?
Enzo, what did you make of that, and did you think the second half was better than the first when you made the changes?
Yeah, I think overall we play a good game. We prepared the game in the way the game was, in terms of starting one way and finishing the other way. We play Thursday night, demanding game, 24 hours less than them. Tricky stadium, tricky game, sunny day. The pitch was dry. They tried to kill the tempo of the game. So for me, it was a complete game. But overall, as I said, I think we did enough to win the game. We shot more than 20 times, and probably the only thing we missed has been the goal. But overall, happy with the performance.
Can you explain your selection decisions a little bit in terms of the Tottenham game as well, and the Legia Warsaw game, how you're managing your squad and why you made the selections you did?
No, the reason why is because we play Thursday night, so not all of them, they were 100%. So the idea was to start in one way and to finish in the other way, and the plan nearly worked because, as you said, second half, the last half an hour, probably we create a little bit more. But I think overall the volume between first half and second half has been enough to win the game.
But some people would say maybe Brentford away these days at the moment is harder than Tottenham at home. Would it not have been better to rest players maybe there? That's what some people would be asking me.
This is a different opinion. I'm here to try to do the best for the club, for the players, and I work every day with the players so I can see them the way they are. And to be honest, I don't know if Spurs at home compared to Brentford away, it's better or worse. For me, they are all complicated, you can see. And Brentford, I think, it's very clear what they try to do, how good they are, not only in set pieces, in transition. And I think unless the last transition we concede, we control them very well. So, yeah.
Matt?
Your home results have been very good, but you haven't won now in 8 Premier League games away from home. Is that a real problem for Champions League qualification? Does that have to get better before the end of the season?
I think we start the season winning away many games. We won away games and we struggle a little bit at home. Now it's in the other way. I think to get top 4, top 5, or fight for title, you need the right balance. Probably, as you said, in this moment we struggle a little bit more to win game away. But overall, in terms of numbers, I think we are there since we start, and hopefully we can from now on we can win some games away. But also it's important, I think, to continue to win the games at home.
But does it put pressure on your home form? Does it make it difficult going into those home games?
No, to be honest, I don't prepare. For instance, I didn't prepare today game thinking, guys, it's a long time, we don't win away, we need to win away. No. Since we start, I always said the same. When you are not able to win, it's important that you don't lose. You take the point, you move the table. And as I said, I think also at this stage of the season, 24 hours make the difference, to rest energy. But this is the reason why I'm happy with the performance, because they gave everything.
Can I just ask one more then? Were you annoyed by the scheduling? Do you feel it was unfair?
I think so, yeah, especially at this stage of the season. But we try to adapt, and because, as I said, Thursday night game was demanding game. We said many times that when it's transition game, it's demanding, physicality demanding. So Tottenham was more transition than compared to today, for instance. But at this stage, I think 24 hours make a difference.
Miguel?
Just on exactly that, Enzo, FIFA implied that teams should have 72 hours between games, and they don't really follow that themselves. What sort of a difference does it make, and where do you put the blame for this?
No, as you said, if there is a rule that about 72 hours, probably you need to respect that. But it's not just about today or our game. It's probably every weekend, or happen many times that there are teams that they don't have rest for 72 hours, and they try to adapt. At the same time, we try to do our best. The reason why first half we start in one way and second half we finish in the other way is because of that. And probably if we decide to start first half in the way we finish. Probably after half an hour, 45 minutes, the team was not physicality enough good to finish the game. So we try to find solution like today.
Liam?
Hi Enzo. There's been a lot of focus on Cole Palmer not scoring, but all of the attackers are struggling to score right now. And in other games, you've had Enzo Fernandez stepping up, Marco Correa scoring. But how important is it in this final stretch that you get more production from all of those attackers?
No, it's will be very very important to get some more goals from the ones at front. But again, I think we are 3 or 4 scoring goal of the Premier League. So I don't have the feeling that this team need to score more goals. And also when we don't score like today, we shot more than 20 times. So I think the question is, for sure, we want more goals from the players at front, even from set pieces in general. We want to score more goals. But I don't think it's the reason why. I don't think it's a problem in terms of we are top 3, top 4 in terms of scoring goal. We create chances every game. Probably we struggle to create chances in 1 or 2 games. But the reason why was also because we play without a 9. If you remember, the last 4 or 5 games ago, we struggled to create chances. But it's also normal. Now with the Nico back, I think we are creating. But at the same time, we are scoring goal. And hopefully, when you shot more than 20 times, hopefully next time we can score. Sometimes you need 2 shots and you score. It's like this.
Jacob?
Enzo, it's been a while since Christopher Nkunku got a chance to play up front. It seemed like he struggled to take that one. What do you put it down to? Is it just the type of game, or do you sense a lack of effort?
No, I think it's just a game. I don't think it's like effort, because at the end I can see Christo every day and he's working well. Sometimes probably he wants to give more during a game and he struggles a little bit, but for sure I don't think it's a lack of, as you said, effort, exactly.
Dom?
Can I also ask about Nkunku, please? And, you brought him off at half-time. It felt like he struggled a little bit in terms of his hold-up play, and when Jackson came on, his hold-up play felt better. I mean, did you feel that difference when Jackson came on? Why do you think that Nkunku struggled a little bit with that today?
As I said, we planned the game in this way, to start in one way and to finish in different way. So we also think that probably after 45 minutes, 1 hour, our team was getting better and better, and they probably, because we try to keep the ball, they run, and after 45 minutes, 1 hour, they could be tired. So we expect to improve in the second half. And then in terms of Christo, I always said the same. When they work hard and they give everything, it's not a problem.
And we'll finish last question here, please.
Not an obvious question, but could you sum up how important it is for Chelsea to qualify for the Champions League next season?
If I'm aware of that.
How important is it?
How important? Yeah, no. It's for sure will be very important. I said since day one that our duty, our target is to bring this club where this club has to be. That is Champions League, and I think since day one, since we start, we have been there, always top 4, top 5. For part of the season, we were second. So I think since day one, we are there, and hopefully we can finish there.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ready when you are.
Hi Thomas.
Hi.
Enzo just come in and said he thought his team deserved to win. I wonder if he thought maybe your team deserves to win.
I guess we are all slightly biased as coaches, and we definitely look at our side of the elephant. It's probably difficult to look from the other side of the elephant unless you are on top of it. I felt we performed well. And I felt that we were clearly on top first half. We definitely got momentum, had the better opportunities, probably should have scored. I thought second half were more even. They were a bit more on the ball. I thought throughout the game we defended very well. We limit basically Chelsea to half a chance for James on a corner. The rest for me was shots outside the box, which we're quite happy with. Then I thought we were really a threat when we went forward, really good to go behind them, really good to run at them. And for me, maybe I'm slightly biased, I saw 5 very good chances to us. So if you look at the big chances, then probably up there for that. The Wizard header, the Dams chance, the Brian shot on a transition, the Keane free header on a set piece, and of course Sepp's big header. So I think if there should have been a winner, I think it should have been us. But I thought it was a even game, a good game between two teams. Very happy with our performance against a top club. Spent a few quid on players over the last year or two, and a good manager, and they're well coached.
I was listening to you there. You said you defended well, but maybe in the second half, attacking in general, apart from that transition, was more difficult. You wish you had maybe more options on the bench, because I was looking at it thinking you don't have much to work with.
No, I think that's spot on. I think if you look at quality players they put on the pitch, I think is it called Neto? I think it's called from Wolves, 50, 60 million. Cole Palmer, maybe one of the best 10s in division. Jackson done brilliantly for them, and what did Cucurella? One more. So I think it's fair to say they had a little bit more to shoot with than us. We have that in our squad. Unfortunately, some of them are injured. So I think again, if we had something to shoot with, I think maybe they would have tipped it even more.
Enzo said that it was unfair that Chelsea had to play Thursday, quick turnaround. When they're able to make changes like Madueke comes in, Nkunku, France International comes in, do you have much sympathy with that?
I think that must be his opinion. It's football. I know there's many games and a big program, but I can just look for our perspective. We try to deal with it when we have short turnarounds.
Do you think 24 hours makes it? I mean, generally, just 24 hours.
Yeah, I think it does. To be fair to that, I think it does, but that happened to all the time. I had, I think, once this season where I felt that we were the team that had the least rest between games before we played our Carabao Cup quarterfinal against Newcastle, and the furthest away of all the other bigger clubs. So that definitely got bigger squads. That was the only time I raised it, because I don't think it was fair. All of them had one more day. So I think the 24 hours means something. If we have 2 days between, we'll deal with it, we'll manage, no problem. 3 days, that's good. Always, that is not a problem. Then there's a bigger talk about the amount of games over a year, not for us. But if you play a lot of Europe and go far in the cups and all that, and need to play that Club World Cup, which is still ridiculous in my opinion, then I understand it's too much.
Can I dwell on that? Why is the Club World Cup ridiculous?
It's just another tournament. So how many wants the Club World Cup? Do you want it?
I don't. Chelsea do.
The
Management, not the club do.
Yeah, it's one of the few, I think. Yeah.
Will you watch it?
Me? No. I'll enjoy my summer. I'll not watch it. No chance. Yeah.
Does it ruin the competitive balance as well? Because there's going to be 2 clubs in the Premier League with over 100 million revenue extra. Does that concern you? That kind of thing?
I think, from my point of view and where we are, can't really compete with that sort of money. The good bits is actually compete out here. So that's I'm very proud of, even that they have hundreds of millions more to spend than us. And if I should say one thing I said, I think we were closer to win than they were, which I'm very proud of.
Brentford haven't won 8 home league games.
You're so positive, and now you come with that question.
I was about to say,
That's fine.
sort of stat might be looking inwards sometimes, but after a performance like that, it probably doesn't do, does it? Because you'll feel that you were the better team and you had quite conceivably enough chances to win that game on the day.
Yeah, I think I understand why you have to ask the question, because you haven't won in 8 games. Of course, there's it's definitely a stat I prefer not to have. The same way we couldn't win in the beginning of the season away from home. We won 5 on a bounce. Sometimes it goes up and down. Sometimes it's more consistently over a season. Sometimes it's not. But it's down to our performances we always look at. And I think we've been really consistent performance throughout this season. We just played 2 good games against 2 good teams, Newcastle and Chelsea. Everybody expect to fight for Champions League spot. Both games should easily have won. I think that which I'm very, very proud of. Today, I agree, we performed more than well enough to win. Same against Everton, same against Tottenham. Can't remember the other games we just played there. But so it's just games that we couldn't edge.
With Seth Vandenberg and Nathan Collins, obviously they've come back in as a centre-back partnership. How good was it to sort of be able to have them 2 playing together in the centre of the defence?
I think they looked good before Sepp got injured, so I think they're a really good, interesting partnership, and I think they perform well today. Yeah, I like that.
And how do they sort of complement each other?
I think sometimes it's relationship between the 2 of them. I think they're very good to also to communicate and how can you say guide each other, which is a big thing in the middle of the pitch.
And then obviously Michael Cody came on today. He offers something a little bit more different from right back. I wondered what you made of his sort of brief cameo.
Fine, solid, good. Yeah, happy.
Thomas, just on the wider subject of the calendar, do you think it is affecting football negatively now? I mean, do you find it when you play teams who have been in Europe? Or because there's a lot of talk as well about how this Premier League season even is beginning to feel a little bit flatter.
I don't know. I don't know what the right thing is. What is the perfect calendar? But the intensity in football goes up. Premier League, European football, and there's no doubt there is a limit to how good you can perform or at what intensity you can keep performing at over a year. That will affect performances. That will affect players. That will give more injuries. Do we need bigger squads then or not? Or do we need to find a better calendar? I don't know. One thing for sure, we can't keep adding. Doesn't work.
Thomas, did you feel a bit kind of disrespected that Chelsea left out Palmer and Jackson today?
No, I guess they got their reasons. Yeah.
Did you look at the team sheet and think, oh, what's in the derby?
No, I think Nkunku is a very good player. Jusper Hall is a very good player. They played then James and Gusto instead of Cucurella. Tosin, it's just a strong squad. I think it fit with what we talked about. There's a lot of games. You need to try to balance your team. I guess that I haven't asked Enzo, but I guess that's why I try to do.
Okay. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.